First off, rest in peace, neighborhood nip. I ain't crip, but I'm on that neighborhood shoot. Building businesses that black owned. If you hustle, better hustle till your pack gone. If you work, better work till your back hurt. And if you rap, make it better than your last verse. Yeah, more lyrics. Stick and move, Javante Davis.
AJ, El Presidente, Eddie Kane University. Hill gon' heal, regardless. You, Buchanan, Bethel High School, by way of 3-Man Weave, LLC.
Michelle, producer, based over here.
You can catch this wave from the Marlins to the Mariners. Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-Man Weave.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's happening, man?
We finally made it, man. These damn work schedules, man.
We made good time.
Yeah, you know how, I mean, we still,
Yeah.
we still, that ethnic group, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We may not be on time like Mike McDaniels, but we on, for us.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we ain't John Elway late. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Hey. So we making it happen. We doing a little something, baby.
Y'all already know who it is. It's your favorite guys. We are here today. 3-Man Weave. Cannon is on assignment, holding it down, doing what he do. Do what you do. Cannon will be back.
Funny.
He ain't a real fan, Chris. You know what I'm saying? You posted you had 2 episodes to get you a turtleneck.
No.
AJ Shiesty.
Because it's only one time that the turtleneck coming out.
That's if you win.
Exactly. So,
all right.
So the turtleneck coming out, that means we got some hardware coming home. You dig me?
All right. Well, as y'all know, I'm your favorite guy now. He'll go regardless. Let's get it. Who I got with me?
It's just fuck me, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so you got AJ. I didn't say anything racist, I promise. And I'm not talking about Joe Rogan.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that I gotta send you, Joe. We're gonna post it tomorrow though, because that Joe Rogan thing is definitely hilarious as usual. As many people brought up their case, he's not racist, but ain't nobody came to support Whoopi. But you can catch it on all major podcast platforms. 3-Man Weave.
Let's. Oh,
Instagram, Twitter, 3-Man Weave _ You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. Also on TikTok and Twitch. Yeah, man, it's just funny. I don't care enough, but it's just because we've seen this before. How funny this is to me.
And what have I always been saying? It has become more incendiary to call someone racist than it actually is to be racist. And to be quite honest, even if you aren't racist, Joe Rogan, you said some racist shit. And even in one of those statements, he admitted oh shit, that was racist.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you can acknowledge that you saying some racist shit, okay. And to me, it's just like I've said before, that's one of the reasons why I do appreciate some of these people like Trump brought out a lot of people to show their true colors. And I like that because I'd much rather you be in my face and I know you're a racist than you be a closet racist. And then, we holding these conversations. And that's one of the reasons, like I said before, what'd you say on episode 19? I said, no more cookout invites.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because you can do some cool things, you can rap, you can dance, or you can do some cool shit, or you talk cool and shit like that. That don't mean you one of us. That don't mean you down, to help us, or you even an ally. Because even with the Brian Flores shit, you had a whole bunch of people talking about hey, let's not get into that because I don't want to be political and stuff like that. But when it's not about politics, it's about recognizing the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what be pissing me off about this Joe Rogan situation. He just come out and just say he's been coming out saying we don't even say the N-word on this podcast. Yes, we do say it, but we try to be, make things comfortable because to be, inclusive to all of our listeners. We don't want any confusion. And I think some of the white listeners that we have, they understand, hey, we ain't not gonna say it.
Yeah.
But to me, him just saying it just so freely, talking about I was doing it for bro, you don't have to say it. You You don't have to say it. And to me, what kills me about white people is they truly just feel that they are just privileged to like say anything. Like they shouldn't be censored anything. They shouldn't, like, we black people shouldn't have something that's ours that they're unable to touch, that they're unable to have. So they will always want to say, but you say it in your music, but you do this, but you do that. So the fuck what? You can't touch it. It's not yours. This is ours. And guess what? There's some black people out there that'll let you say it, but it's some that won't. And that's on you, because you may have a black friend that lets you say it around them, say it about the wrong person, and they're gonna knock your teeth out. And I don't feel bad for you. And it just kills me. Like, I know I'm gonna let you go here. It just kills me that.
Oh no, you good. You ISO. I'm in the corner.
It kills me that all of these like black people are coming out caping for him, talking about he's not racist. I know him. I know he's this, and that. But how do y'all know he's not racist? This motherfucker is a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
And all of these black people, all of these black people that come out are entertainers, people who are also in that life, are of that great. How do y'all not know he just sees y'all as future interviews, future business associates?
Mm-hmm.
Even if like Donnell Rollins said, oh, I've known him for a long time. So the fuck what? Y'all both was like, y'all was coming up trying to do some things, comedy, all of that shit. You don't know this motherfucker is truly your friend. I don't care if y'all helped each other. That's a business relationship. I don't call my business relationships friends.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
It's definitely a difference. But my whole thing was, like I said, where's the support for Whoopi though? Like, they just letting Whoopi be suspended, go out and win. Like, what she said wasn't wrong. Like, because they do the same thing.
Because you can say whatever you want about black people without consequence. But as soon as you say something about black people, as soon as you say something about white people, Jewish people, Asian people, you're good. Like, you're good as gone. Yeah. But like, you say something about black people, oh, go ahead. We'll write up an apology for you. Say it real quick, and then that's it.
Y'all apologize.
They said, oh, Joe Rogan's gonna take down those episodes with the word nigga in it. That ain't enough.
Thanks.
That's not enough. Because guess what? We still know you said it, and guess what? It's still out there on the internet. And now we still know how bro.
You know how everybody feels, because the fact that Spotify came out and they were like, yeah, he made a mistake, but we still riding for him. It's like, bro, we know how much power he has over there. We know who they really ride with. It's like, y'all really don't care about our feelings at all. It's like, what y'all gonna do? And they always put the ball in our court, and then we always end up dropping it. So it's like, I'm not even disappointed in nobody else but ourselves. But
I'm not even disappointed in ourselves. I'm just like, I'm not gonna put that on everybody. I'm gonna put that on the ones that actually came out in support of him. And to me, it like, you didn't even have to, like, even if he is your friend, if my friend does some stupid shit, I'm gonna be like, bro, you was dead ass fucking wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, nah. Like, I don't like, even if I know you not racist, I'm not about to come out and be like, oh, he's not racist. Nah. I'm gonna come out and be like, you said some racist shit, and you haven't shown me that side of you. But guess what? What you did is unacceptable. You don't have to call him racist.
Yeah.
You don't have to say he's a racist. You can you can still call out the fact that he said some racist stuff. And that's the thing that is really getting to me. Is like, everyone's like trying to just put their cape on for him, and it's frustrating. And meanwhile, you got all this other stuff that we're going through. Not to start off too heavy, but you got. Never mind, man. Let's move on.
But I want to know if you're gonna put on the cape for your community that you got going on right now. Now, 2 light-skinned brothers in consecutive days, and I'm gonna say they took a L. You know what I'm saying? They had some performance. They always say you're good as your last game, and you're good as turn on the tape, as they say in the scouting community. Mm-hmm. You watch the film. Mm-hmm. Well, your light-skinned brothers Nelly and Lil Fizz allegedly put out some bad film.
Oh, see, I wasn't going to that film. I wasn't trying to break down that film.
I didn't watch the film. That's why I said allegedly.
But what I will say is, hey man, if it's on tape, it's on tape. But also they are in different financial brackets. So once you
one of them is.
Okay, one of them.
I'm gonna let you know right now.
Well, the other one, we in different sports, so I didn't even know he was playing. This sport. I thought he was, trying to get in a different hoop, but that's a whole different. Yeah, but apparently he's trying to go Bo Jackson, but that's a different story.
Okay, this is my thing about this alleged sex tape leak of bad film, because once again, we didn't watch it, didn't go to look at it. It's not for us to go look at. But apparently, like I say, they're getting bad reviews. So now think about this. Now, if you accidentally, let's say you accidentally, this is a hypothetical. If you accidentally leaked,
no.
Hold on, let me finish. If it accidentally leaks and it's one of your bad games, it's like, damn, one of my bad games is on TV. Do I leak a good one to try to balance out the ecosystem, or do I just let this just simmer? But like,
here's the point. This is where they fucked up. When you got bad film, you got to burn that and move on, man. You don't have no bad film. You don't need that. You got to look. It's like you play the worst game of your life. You watch the film, you see what you did wrong, and you burn it. Like it's almost like symbolism. You burn it and learn from it.
Yeah. And
then next out there, hey, I don't care what you got to do. You got to take some PEDs or whatever. little honey pack, little man king. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but you got to be out for revenge, my boy. You can't look. To me, you can't accidentally put out this bad film because you should have never had it in the first place. And another thing is, when you about to be on film. The camera's on. You're not a PT player. You're not a prime time player.
That's all. Bad film speaks for itself. That's all I'm saying.
I may have some BDRs out there, but I ain't got no bad film out there. Goddamn it.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? Look, because it may be some word of mouth, but it ain't gonna be a whole bunch of reviews. It ain't gonna be some 1-star reviews out there. Rotten Tomatoes ain't gonna be able to break this shit down. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, we could be here on that. That was great. That's gonna be amazing.
Hold on, but this one, that paint and sip, bro.
Now come on, bro. Like bro, my man's. I found out that he was the model. That's why he was ass naked.
Okay.
So, because I wanted to understand why was he ass naked in the middle of the painting sip, but he was the model, and they were supposed to have been painting him. But apparently,
why are you walking around anyway? Like, ain't you supposed to be sitting still? Ain't you supposed to be like this?
Yeah, he's supposed to be. So they supposed to concentrate. Apparently, she was concentrating on something else and was ready at that given moment. Peyton sips is over.
She was sipping, but how does that even happen? I've been a part of some wild things in my life, but I've never just been walking around the room and then I slip and she fall. You get what I'm saying?
No, he didn't slip.
You slipped something.
He didn't slip. He walked right through it, and she was ready. And that's a different type of ready. I don't know if she still has friends. I don't know I don't know. It's certain things.
That's what I'm saying. Like, did you go there alone? Because
they were sitting right. I don't care if she bro. Nobody moved. Like I'm trying to think. They still was painting and sipping. At some point, somebody had to stop something. But in the middle of the room, though, they could have been in the corner. I
had to check the room because my shorty just went to a paint and sip like 2 days before, and I'm like,
paint and sip used to be my go-to.
Mm-hmm.
With my we ain't going no damn more, or you going with me?
Freak shows in here.
You get free home. Oh man, they was probably motivating her to what?
Michelle in the room. We
gotta be on our best behavior.
So, from the quadratic function,
All right, man. All right, back to your shouts out to Intentional Productions. You already know our girl Michelle in the building. We finalized the coaching hirings. You know, everybody's finalized, everybody's there in place now. Still Kevin O'Connell still waiting to be officially finalized for the Vikings. You know, they gotta wait till the Super Bowl is over, so before they put the ink to the pad. But we got everybody's in place. Mike McDaniel, he finally got them the Dolphins job, which was highly speculated. The more and more that the 49ers kept winning, more and more so like it was more likely he was getting the job. I know Kellen Moore was a finalist, and Cowboy fans were definitely waiting to see what was happening on that job, but we definitely didn't have any confidence. The more and more I said, like the 49ers kept winning. So how do you feel? How you feel about that hiring?
I feel like it was like I can see it. It's it's a good hire. It
trendy hire.
Yeah, it's a trendy hire. It looks funny in the light just because of the things that everybody's been telling us all of these years. Because he didn't call plays. He, you know what I'm saying? So he's literally a first time, he'll be a first time play caller. He's been in the room, and as the 49ers run game coordinator, I mean, obviously you have some really good input on a really good system. So apparently you'll know the Shanahan system. You've been a part of that and you learned that, and I'm sure those philosophies are something that you'll take.
You've been with Cal his entire coaching career. Every Cal stop he been there. So
to me, yes, you have that, and that was one of those things where you rub off. So like you said, from where we're seeing trending, if you been in the room with Shanahan, McVay, you're gonna be hot. But it's like I said, it just looks funny in the light, and at every turn I hear multiracial, and it's like they're trying to throw us a bone, and it's like, all right, cool, and I get he's a quarter black or whatever, but to me, that's not one of those hires where it's like, if you identify as multiracial, I don't know, bro. Like, when have you shown that? Like, I haven't heard you speak up about anything. I haven't heard you be a part of any of this as well. I haven't seen your face. And to be quite honest, I haven't seen his face until really, unfortunately, the Cowboys game. It's like, that's when I really started hearing about you. And so, not saying that he just popped up out of nowhere, because I'm sure he's been around in football circles, but for you to all of a sudden now be one of those minority candidates, that's where it's funny to me in the light. And I don't know if the NFL did a internet scrub, but boy, you can't find shit about this motherfucker parents at all.
Yeah, I definitely looked too, but like I said, I think the NFL definitely going to strike a deal with Ancestry.com,
because I need a 23andMe on old boy.
They definitely going to figure out this way. I mean, I think some teams are going to definitely try to manipulate this since you're just giving out draft picks now, right?
Yeah. And
you giving draft picks for me just developing the dude. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of multiracial dudes just popping up.
And I'm saying, and after seeing this hire, I don't like this, like, you getting these draft picks for developing a minority coach or stuff like that. And I understand why are we giving you like we have to give you this large incentive, and now it's just like, bro, I feel like now it's gonna be all these workarounds, man.
I matter of fact, I don't dislike it. Because if I'm developing a person and he gets hired, okay, and you're rewarding me, cool. I get it. It is giving me incentive to actually develop this person. So it's and in certain front office jobs and certain other positions, it could be beneficial. I'm not saying, because a lot of people are hiring assistant GMs that happen to be black or minority, and a lot of and back in the day, what we know, the head scout of pro personnel or college personnel used to be a lot of African American people, like the people that's really doing the brunt work of the GM, and the GM is just getting the credit. So if they're going to now starting to hire minorities and develop them and use them to their capabilities, I'm not mad at rewarding that team that actually went out on a limb and hired this person. I'm not mad at that. Like I said, I understand you shouldn't have to give a dog a bone. You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. But at some point, something has to give. Like we ain't gonna get it all. Like, and I get it. We can fight. We can change the narrative. We can argue. We can do everything. But we ain't gonna get every goddamn thing, bro. Like at some point, we're gonna have to understand. We're gonna have to look at something and take it for face value and be like, okay, this is not necessarily a bad thing. Like,
yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad thing because we do have to at least get these opportunities. But to me, it's just like, bro, like y'all think that little of us that we got to incentivize y'all this high, and some of y'all still don't even bite on this incentive. That's crazy.
But the teams that do, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Okay, yes, you was incentivized. Sometimes you don't buy anything unless it's on sale. You know what I'm saying? Like
they not.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Nah, I get you. I 100% get you. And you also, you know me, like it don't like just because like we getting that inch. That's like that shit to me. I don't never be satisfied until like I really start seeing some shit. So like this isn't something that they put in place where it's just like I was satisfied because it's the same way, bro. How long have we been saying we hate the fucking Rooney Rule? Yeah. We've been saying that shit for like since the inception of this podcast.
But I one out of the three in here said without the Rooney Rule, we would be in the worst position. I continuously always say that every time we say we hate the Rooney Rule, I agree, and then I add we would be in the worst position without it. So so rewarding teams for developing minority talent is not necessarily a bad thing because these teams are actually developing minority talent, which we want these minority talent to get hired or be put in the pool between everybody. And if not, they're still being utilized to their capability. They're still hired. They're still working. So it's like everything is not necessarily a bad thing. Like it's not necessarily can be a bad thing. Yeah, they don't have to do it. We shouldn't have to do it. Yeah, we should have overcome by now. It's 2022. We still shouldn't be dealing with the same obstacles. But at some point, we can look at something and be like, you know what? All right, cool. Now let's use it to our advantage. Even if these teams is being phony as hell and just hiring somebody just to bait them in to get a draft pick. Hey, work the system.
Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith hired. Like he wasn't about to get that job. Lovie Smith was not about to get that job down in Texas. Before we get
there, objectively speaking, I look at some of these hires, and speaking back to Mike McDaniel for the Dolphins, I look at some of these hires. If I want you, or I would take you in Dallas, then I can't be phony and be mad at you for getting somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
I also didn't say that Mike McDaniels was a bad hire.
Yeah, so I just wanted to put it out there that yeah, it's a new thing. The things that the tree that he came from, the offensive system that he has with those pieces that they have in Miami should be able to do something. The foundation has already been set by Flores. Okay, you got rid of him. You can't go back. So you might well try to go forward. I understand we didn't like this the firing. It is what it is. He's suing them. So we got to move on at some point. And so did they. They made the hire. It is what it is. I don't have a dog in the race. I don't care what Miami actually does, but this hiring is cool. Now we can move on to the Texans. For them, I don't know. I really hope they go on 0-17, which they won't. But
here's the thing. I don't want that for Lovie, but
he was already in the rock and the hard place, bro.
Exactly, and he like you said, like Lovie's a black coach that's on his third team. You know what I'm saying? So that in itself
is rare.
That he an NFL legend to be a black coach to be on your third team. Mm-hmm. And to me, it's just like this seems like what the black coaches really have to get. You haven't seen a black coach just kind of fall up into a job that get fired somewhere else and then end up, at a different job that doesn't look like a complete, shithole. You know what I mean? It only seems like, okay, here, we'll give it to you. Like I said, like I was telling you, man, I wish they would have gave that job to Josh McCown. Bring his ass up from high school and let him run through the fire. Let him create a culture. Let him build that shit up. Because guess what? If you want to prove yourself, prove yourself from the fucking bottom. Yeah. Prove that you can coach. And David Culley overachieved and got fired.
Mm-hmm.
So now we know that you can do something. You can beat some teams. So now Josh McCown, bring your ass in here. And guess what? I guarantee you, they'll give you more time than David Culley. Because remember what they did with Matt Patricia in Detroit? Matt Patricia, he got hella leeway. After Jim Caldwell left, and he had took them to the playoffs.
But my whole thing about Josh McCown, they really wanted to hire the fact that he was a finalist. With Flores lets you further know that's terrible. Now, I was one of the ones. I wasn't mad that he got an interview. Hell, interview everybody.
Interview. But here's my thing. Also, here's my thing. For Josh McCown to be in the same plane and to like basically hold the same weight and be on the same level as Brian Flores, that in itself is disrespectful to black people, and that's what black people are talking about. And then for Brian Flores to get out of the conversation, and then out of nowhere you bring Lovie Smith in because you're still trying to make it look like, okay, we're still, trying to consider a black coach, and then you can't, I'm telling you, Houston was about to hire Josh McCown.
Oh yeah, for sure. They wanted to.
The call came down and was like, "Yo, we can't do that right now. Bring in Lovie." Because you know what? If you really were interested in Lovie being your coach, it would have been Josh McCown and Lovie Smith in the first place, because Lovie Smith was in your building.
Yeah, he never left the building.
He was already the DC on Culley's staff. Lovie Smith should have been a finalist from the front. He should have been a finalist from the jump. Even if you were talking about bringing in Flores, I never once heard it was Gannon and McCown and Flores,
and Gannon took himself out.
Exactly, and so now you mean to tell me Lovie Smith just coming out of nowhere? Fuck y'all.
But they knew he was in a no leverage situation whatsoever.
But that's my point. Like, so, at least
that's the sad part.
You give us these shitty ass jobs, and it's like you got to take it. You ain't got no other option.
You ain't got no other option.
But look, Adam Gates about to go back up to New York. I mean, go back up to New England. And I bet you somebody give his ass a job if Mac Jones start playing. Mac Jones already made the Pro Bowl, and he did great work with Mac Jones. What?
Yeah. We already seeing like the rehabilitation of coaches that go back to New England and how they, you asked me last week, or a couple of shows ago, are they still gonna get coaches from the Belichick tree? And what did I say? No. But before we get we end on these coaches, it's just funny. Everybody loves analytics until the numbers say anything about minorities. And that's when all of a sudden the numbers go out of the window. It's we're hiring the best person. Oh, it's this and that. Everybody has equal opportunities and all of that. I'm like, whoa. I thought numbers shows you show numbers say otherwise. I thought analytics run the world, right? It's just funny. Then the goalposts move continuously. It's just it's funny.
And something that you said is very, very funny to me, because it's always, we're just trying to hire the best candidate. Well, obviously, you've shown over and over that you don't think black people and minorities are competent to run your franchises. The New York Giants, your owner sits on the diversity committee, and he has never had a black head coach. They've never had a black quarterback. And don't give me Geno Smith, because he was your backup. That wasn't by design. You've never had a black starting quarterback where it was like, this is our guy. That's not by that's not by accident. It's not by happenstance. So I don't want to hear about all this. Oh, we're working on diversity. People are doing this. The numbers are up. But where are they at when they're in leadership positions? Why don't we see nobody on the field? You know what I'm talking about? Nobody is the head coach. Nobody's running your organization. Excuse me. And it just also shows where you don't think we competent enough to be quote unquote leaders of it. Shit, y'all like it. We just trying to get over the shit with black quarterbacks.
Yeah. Put the post the coaches up there again. And I want to ask you a question before we move on to these bum ass NBA trades. What's the best job? What was the best job?
I'm gonna say the Vikings. I know you're gonna say the Raiders, but
Yeah, you did. Because I'm about to fix it. I'm like, maybe I asked it wrong. I'm like, what was the best hiring or what was the best job? Not the best coach in this situation, but what is the best job out of here? So yeah, I'm definitely going to say the Raiders. But go ahead.
Right. So to me, I think it's the Raiders because I like Derek Carr. We've all said we like Derek Carr. They have some really good pieces in place. But I'm gonna say the Vikings also because you have some really good pieces on the Vikings as well. You going in there with Justin Jefferson, you got Dalvin Cook, and the Saints job. Oh,
yeah. Please, Mark, I'm just putting him on. Put this at the Saints job. I want you to put in the comments. I want you to explain why you think the Saints is the best job. Please.
Yeah, please tell me that. But I'm gonna say the Vikings because I do believe Kevin O'Connell coming from the Rams tree. Like we said, if he can implement some of those running game like that style with Dalvin Cook, they have some pieces on the offensive line. Darisaw, he started to come out, show out towards the end of the season, especially when he was healthy. You got Brian O'Neill, he was pretty good at so you got your bookends. Like I said, you got Justin Jefferson. You have a couple pieces on defense, but Kirk Cousins he's not the worst.
They got a team. If they're gonna have the mindset is like, we're really not that far away. Let's go for it. Let's add some more pieces. Let's make that push to go for it. Then they can be a real contender. I'm not about to sit here and disrespect them like that. Right. But if they go in that fork in the road and be like, you know what? Yeah, we went for it already. We didn't get over the hump. Let's go ahead and go through a full rebuild. Like, getting rid of some of these cap casualties, getting rid of Harrison Smith, getting rid of Adam Thielen, getting rid of the Kendricks, and going on a full rebuild. Then it's like, all right, well, how long is it gonna take for y'all to rebuild? See, that's what I don't know. Their offseason is gonna tell me really what they're gonna be.
Kevin O'Connell will get time though, but also
we know that. He's not about to get fired.
And I ain't gonna lie, Eric, I don't know necessarily if the Jags has the most upside.
I was about to say that because before we came in, I've been riding for the Jags for some reason for so long, but the hiring of Mike McCoy as the quarterback coach, he has a great track record with quarterbacks.
And like we said, we thought Doug Peterson should have been one of the first coaches that were taken.
He comes in the door with credibility, bro. Mm-hmm. Like you can say what you want about his the last year in Philly or how he left Philly and all that, yada yada yada, whatever. That man got a ring recently, something that we can see, something that we remember. He walked in the door with credibility, and he knows what to do. And like I said, his tenure in Philly was all right. Like my team dealt with this Philly team. You know what I'm saying? The man can coach. Now I'm not about to sit here and vouch and say like he one of the best coaches ever in life, but he might have had a year to realize what he did wrong and what to fix. He brought in, like I said, Mike McCoy is quarterback coach. He brought in Jim Bob Cooter as the passing game coordinator. He's going to call the play. That's three people. That's three competent people.
Remember, Jim Bob Cooter was a hot head coaching candidate when he was in Detroit because of Matt Stafford.
Because he was the offensive coordinator under Jim Caldwell, like you said. But these are people that showed success on the offensive end. So that's three people in the same room that should be able to do something positive. So I can understand him. I can understand. I know that's his team, Eric. But I can see him saying that's having some upside. These are positive moves right here. But because all the other stuff that they've been doing ain't really been positive. So, but so goddamn, this is a shining light. So Mark did comment, and he said, I think outside the quarterback thing, they have a lot together in the strong defensive side. Outside of the Kamara situation, they have money once they drop Mike Thomas. Nothing about
and so that shows me why that ain't a good job, because you don't have a quarterback. Your star running back is probably going to be gone, and your star wide receiver
ain't been there in 2 years.
So you don't have, you might have you strong on the defensive side, but you about to do everything on the offensive side, bro.
And they're in salary cap hell.
Yeah, so even if they start restructuring and pushing some shit back, what are you going to do about the meantime? Like, you have to get a quarterback, and then you have to get weapons. That's not a good job. I think Sean Payton was like, I'm about to take a break because this shit ain't finna look good for the next couple of years.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here while it's time. And I already, I think when Matt Eberflus got hired, I showed some positivity towards him, so showing some love. But yeah, we can get this out of here. We have some trades. Let's go and get them up. Get these. Talk about these bum trades that happen. CJ McCollum becomes a Pelican.
There's no graphic for these either. Force, we not putting no graphic up for these trades because this ain't shit.
I mean, I like for the Pelican side of it. I do like the trade. CJ McCollum is a solid player. He's an underrated player for a certain degree. He meshes well with the team.
Ass out here. Let me not fat shame. Sorry, they might get Zion on the court with. You know
what I'm saying? His game does mesh well with a Brandon Ingram. It's just all contingent on what Zion does. If Zion comes back healthy, if Zion actually plays, maybe they can be a force in the West like they were projected to be last year that they just kept underachieving. But it doesn't matter until we see Zion, and it is what it is. The Kings and the Pacers made a trade. Also, the Pacers traded Cavis LeVert to the Cavs. Cavs are coming.
Cavs are dangerous. Cavs are dangerous.
The Cavs are coming now. It may be too early for them to actually have playoff success, but right now it's been a long time since they have any type of success. So they need to ride this right while they have it now. I'm loving what the Cavs are doing. They drafted well, they developed well, and they made a good trade. I'm gonna get to that, Eric. God damn, you just wanted me to be sad. The Pacers made another trade with the Kings. It was a
Domantas Sabonis for Tyrese Halliburton and some other pieces.
And I think I got frustrated because it didn't really make sense. I know Halliburton is a young, up and coming, emerging player, I guess. And they probably could have got more from him if he was actually known to be on the block.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Sabonis is a legitimate player already right now, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So no need for the upsize, and to go with Fox, I think their game would mesh well better, and we can actually see something. But it's still, they still the Kings. It's like that's not that move. That move didn't help anything.
It's not going to push the needle. If they could have kept but that's what I'm saying. I don't know if what they did was possible by making this trade. It didn't really do anything. But if somehow they could have got some bonus and kept Halliburton because he's young and kept Buddy because he's a good scorer or something like that, then maybe I'll be like, okay, y'all could, do a little something because y'all have a decent core of players. But now it's basically like y'all just like, all right, we about to trade y'all the players that we got that don't work for the players that y'all got that don't work for y'all.
And
it was just a change of scenery for real.
And a change of scenery might expand Halliburton's his game. He might have some freedom. He may be able to do
him and Miles. I think that'd be good.
He maybe do his thing, but like I said, everybody was like, he wanted to be in Sacramento. He's a young star, and I'm like, bro, hold on, bro. The dude averaged 13 last year, and he averaged 14 yesterday. Let's relax. Like nobody was holding him back from scoring. From doing his thing. He is a young, decent player, but everybody was ready to put him in the Hall of Fame. They were so mad about the trade. I just haven't seen it. Now maybe in Indiana, he may show some things. And I'm also tell you something. I won't watch the Kings. Kings ain't got nothing for me to watch. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna sit here and fake it, make it seem like I've been watching all the Kings games. No, I have no reason to watch the Kings.
I ain't gonna fake it. I don't want to watch a Kings game.
Because it's some people out there to make it seem like they've been watching the Kings and they've been so hurt, and Halliburton is just the next thing smoking. I'm like, bro, y'all not watching the Kings. And see, but hey, the trades happen. Good for them. Gonna be some more trades happen. Eric has a question. Can someone please explain the rumor trading Russ for Wall? Why? Why? It's the fit.
Yeah,
it's the fit. I think John Wall would be a way better complementary piece to go with AD and Bron, because I think he'll understand that he is the complementary piece to go with them.
And I just don't, and I don't see some of the mistakes that Russ is making on John Wall. And they both are those athletic guards who rely a lot on their athleticism. Mm-hmm. They've lost a lot of athleticism, but to me, I just think John Wall has a better understanding of
who he is at this point.
Yeah, he understands who's Russ still think he in OKC
at times.
Yeah, like, but them hamstrings don't be firing, and he can't get up for the dunks like he thought he could. And so, to me, it's almost like when, like, I'm not trying to compare these two at all, but like, as Vince Carter started to get older, he started to realize, okay, I'm not playing above the rim. I'm not as fast and I don't have that burst like I used to. Let me, be able to, just cut to the basket, get easy points. Let me get in the way and try to do a little defend and try and get arms in the way. And then, John Wall got a better shot than Russ.
And on top of that, Russ' defense has definitely declined to the highest extent.
And I don't know, and to me, bro,
he don't care.
Like, you don't care, and that's the problem for real. If you're gonna be doing all this and like messing up, at least give us something to fall back on. You're not even giving us defense to fall back on. So it's just like, hey, bro, why do we have you here?
So that's why I would, say I would make the trade, and I would do it. Like, I've seen enough. I can't do it anymore. I need to see something different. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the Lakers, they just made the wrong moves in the offseason, and they just got to just take the L.
They got
it. It is what it is. I'm a Laker fan. I'm a ride for my team for the end. But the moves that they made, I was riding. I was trying to be positive. Trying to be positive. Obviously biased, but they made the wrong moves. And like you said, you just got to take this L and hope for the best. I got Curtis. He said the Pacers got Buddy. They looking to move him though.
Yeah.
So but I mean, if he stays, I mean, like I said, another change of scenery in Indiana. Him and Halliburton they got chemistry already. They should be able to do, and they got a coach. They should be able to figure out something. Miles Turner should come back. I mean, time will tell. You know what I'm saying? It still didn't make sense, but time would definitely tell. This Harden and Ben Simmons trade. I want to talk about it. But I want us to go in depth about it once it actually happened. If it actually happened. Yes. So Eric, I don't want to disrespect you in no way, but we definitely want to wait until it actually happens, and we would definitely go into full detail about it and break it down. But I know the rumors have been. I mean, people already been putting it in the group. They already high on the rumors, and but I'm gonna let you know right now. James Harden is acting like a whole out here.
Same shit we were saying when he was in Houston.
Yep.
You wanted this, bro. You wanted this.
Yep.
Remember, he wanted to go to Houston.
He had the opportunity to go to Philly. The two teams that they was gonna trade him to was Philly and Brooklyn, and he chose Brooklyn. Now all of a sudden you ready to get up out of Brooklyn in 1 year? They go, nah. You acting like a whole out shit.
Remember we was getting killed. I can't remember who, and I'm gonna go back and find it. When we said they gave James Harden every single thing he wanted in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. They gave him every single demand. He still out.
I'm pretty sure it was either between Mike or Khalil, and I'm pretty sure that
it might have been both of them.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, but we know why Khalil was doing it. He was biased. He was, a Nets fan.
He wanted him in Brooklyn, but yeah, he wanted they gave Harden every single thing that he asked for, and it was never enough.
Get your flowers, man. Me and AJ was telling y'all all last year about Russ, but we was haters.
I was trying to say it. And I know we have kind of butted heads on this, but we had some understanding where it's like sometimes when I'm trying to say why I don't think players are who we think they are, it may come off as me just downing the player and saying that he's not good. It's not saying that he was not good, because he had to have talent to do all the things that he was doing. But to me, there was also more than meets the eye. Then it's just like, oh, like I was saying, yeah, you get the numbers, you get the points, you get the rebounds, you get the assists. But it was just a little bit where it's like, where's everything else?
You was putting too much sauce on it. That's all. Like,
because
but we
I was putting sauce on it because I was getting called a hater. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna double down on my shit.
Like I said, we came to an understanding. Mark over here tried to act all innocent. No, his ass was trolling in the group about Russ and just going crazy. So we damn right we was calling you a hater, bro. But nah,
so like I said, y'all also in that Dame and Russ conversation, because we was talking about who was the point guard hierarchy also.
Oh, but who was on that side? Come on now, I definitely had Dame.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying that's also one of the reasons why what I was saying how I was saying it, because I'm like, hey, bro, you see what Dave sending them boys home.
Speaking of Dame, man, yeah, man, you know,
he asked for this.
we don't feel but so much sorry for you.
I can't feel sorry for you, because we've been asking you to get out of there for how many years now? How many playoff exits ago where we was like, bro, it's just not working. It's time to move on. They're not doing what they. Ooh, Miles. They're not doing what you asking them to do, bro. Get out. Seen this movie before.
Just get in the booth, bro. That's all. Just get in the booth, rap through it.
He definitely.
Who I really feel bad for. I feel bad for Chauncey Billups. Like,
yeah, because God damn, if he didn't come in and was like, what can I do?
This was a terrible job. A terrible job to begin with. Because it was speculation.
You was unsure about your stars in the first place.
And on top of that, the way they acted when he got the job. So it's like, I do feel bad. I feel bad for Chauncey, because now it's like they're gonna probably treat him like he can't coach anymore. And this, like I said, this is bad. But I mean, this is what you signed up for. But man, the real moment why we was really here, Super Bowl time, man. The Super Bowl is here. It's finally Sunday. I got on my orange. I'm representing my boys. You know what I'm saying? So let's break it down, man. Let's go ahead and give you all your thoughts on the game. You know, how you feeling? First off, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. So the only real game that I was like nervous for was the Raiders game.
You was nervous for that one?
Like, just like when I woke up that day, I was like, I was nervous, bro. Like, I texted you, I was like, bro, like we really got a chance to win a playoff game, and we ain't did this shit in like since I could, recollect. You know what I'm saying? It was 31 years. You get what I'm saying?
I now understand. I understand.
But after we won that game and then going into the Titans game, I was like, all right, cool. I mean, of course, I was nervous during the game, as y'all saw, but that was only, that's a normal response, because that was a nail biting game. But yeah, I haven't been nervous through, any, in anticipation of the games, because now it's just like, bro, we really got a chance to win a fucking ring. Mm-hmm. I like it. And I know what everyone is looking at as, our offensive line versus their defensive line. And of course, that is a very big mismatch. But to me, I've seen like, some of the talking heads, they've put up, kind of like the comparisons of the team and stuff like that. And a lot of stuff has gone to the Rams way, and they've given us like, maybe like wide receivers, special teams and stuff like that. But I would actually have to disagree on some of that stuff, because almost kind of like the same thing that I said going into the Titans game, where the story was our offensive line versus their defensive line. Mm-hmm. The interior of the Rams offensive line isn't that good either, to be quite honest. Yeah, the tackles, Rob Hagenstein and Andrew Whitworth, former Bengal, they're doing really, really good. But on the interior, I mean, they just as bad. And I really wish we had, I said it last game against the Chiefs, but this is a game I really wish we had Larry Ogunjobi for too, because you put DJ Reader and Larry Ogunjobi next to each other. Mm-hmm. Oh, it could be some things. But I do believe, it's going to come down to who's better with the ball, who makes less mistakes, and who, really put their imprint on offense. And I've said it every single game this season. Bengals can't start slow, yo. They can't start slow.
Okay. On that one, because that point, I was with you on all that point, but the starting slow on that one against the Rams, when they giving up leads against multiple teams, like they went up 17 in the against the 49ers before the last game of the season, and they ended up losing that game. They were supposed to go to overtime with the Bucks, and they got out, they escaped that one. So they'll give up a lead after because they get comfortable. They don't really know how to put a team away.
Right.
So me personally, like, that's your team, I get it. That's your point. I wouldn't look at it like if we start off slow. Now, of course, nobody wants to start off slow. Don't get it twisted. But I've seen y'all start off slow and come back and beat and win the game. and dominate a game in the second half. So it's
it's literally been like every game of the playoffs, to be quite honest. But
so it's like of course you don't want to hang your head on that, but it's like you say
that is my point. You don't want to hang your hat on that, and it's like Ryan Tannehill gave us 3 picks. Patrick Mahomes played the worst half of his career. I understand, and lose halftime adjustments have been great this entire season. But now I'm not trying to rely on those things. I'm not trying to rely on that. I want us to actually impose our will. Like I said before, throughout the season, there was no team that really beat us. We always beat ourselves. Now this is the game where it's like, this is for all the marbles. Let's put our imprint on it and let's come out and play and be who we can be. Because like I've said before, there's like this offense should be scoring 30 plus points a game because they have those weapons. But that opening game script, Zach Taylor, sometimes it just looks like he loses feel for the game and he's not going with, what's working, or he's just trying to stick to something and feed something. So it's just like, I'm putting a bet down on that too, just in case, because hey, I need to hit that exact score. I might put a couple downs on that. You know what I mean? So
I think that I think it's going to be a good game. I
don't think it's going to be a blowout. Like
question, because I got 2 questions for you. First question: do you think that Zach Taylor being familiar with Sean McVay is going to help?
No, because I don't think this is the same. Like, I don't think he has like the same kind of offense that he had when Zach Taylor was there. They don't necessarily do some of the things. Listen to me. So it was really kind of just like run, play action, and play defense. They still do some of those things, and they still have some of those tendencies. But Sean McVay has changed it up. And then also, to me, I don't think Zach Taylor really was able to put his imprint on anything. So I don't think that familiarity works really on either side, to me personally.
He was in the building. He was in the room.
He was in the building, but I don't think Sean McVay, because now that he's the head coach, just because someone teaches you how to do something, or you're understudy to someone, doesn't mean you do things the exact same way. It's the same reason why Sean McVay be having issues with Kyle Shanahan and stuff like that, because although there's familiarity there, it ain't always like.
Oh no, this was a one-sided question.
Okay, I get you.
Because y'all, Zach Taylor don't do. I don't see nothing from the Rams that y'all do. You know what I'm saying? So, but until the Robert Woods injury, this has been the same damn offense. But
I feel you.
Like you said, it definitely some changes. So you answered that. Okay, my guy Curtis asked me. This is my second question. The Ramsey and Chase matchup. Now I looked at y'all's schedule. Now, I understand that Jaylen Ramsey has been, the best corner in the league for a while, arguably, top 1, 3, wherever you want to rank him. But he's been one of the best corners in the league for a while. I looked at y'all's schedule. Y'all ain't facing nobody like Jaylen Ramsey all year. Did Jair Alexander play when y'all played the Packers?
He did.
Okay, Jair played. He's upper echelon corner, and he went against Marlon Humphrey. Upper echelon.
Denzel Ward.
And Denzel Ward. Okay. They're upper echelon. They're great corners.
Of course. They
did their thing. And I'm not even gonna say they're not Jaylen Ramsey. I'm gonna say they're good corners, they're good, I'm definitely going to forget Joe Hayden.
If you don't sit Joe Hayden, if you don't sit Joe Hayden ass down, boy.
It's just the fact that, but these are the matchups that Jaylen Ramsey he gets, he goes up a notch. He tried to take you out your game. He tried to talk you out your game. He tried to get you got to get more physical. He tried to impose his will on the receiver. Now he's won those matchups. He's got, he's lost a couple matchups. Not, but how do you feel about this particular matchup? And don't mention T. Higgins and don't mention Tyler Boyd yet. I'm talking about specifically this matchup one-on-one.
I think it's going to be a good matchup. And of course, Chase is going to lose some of those, but he's going to win some too. And some of the weaknesses that Jaylen Ramsey has fit into Jamar Chase's hands. Jaylen Ramsey, he's a big physical corner.
Mm-hmm.
So he like when he's going up against bigger wide receivers, it really plays into his hands because he can get up under you, he can get physical with you, and he can knock you off your route.
Yeah.
When you have a smaller, shiftier player, it gives him a little bit more difficulty because Jaylen Ramsey, something like, although he will travel, something like they do play a lot of zone as well, so he'll play a little bit of off coverage, and so those quick and receivers who can get in and out of their breaks can be a little bit difficult for him. And as much as we've seen Jamar Chase go on the deep ball, he can run those out, like he can run those underneath routes. In each of the playoff games, you've seen him take a little smoke screen and take it 20, 30, 50 yards.
Mm-hmm.
He can do that as well. So even if Ramsey is following him wherever he goes, they don't have an issue sending him in motion. They don't have an issue putting him in the slot, and they don't have an issue giving him any route in the route tree. And also another thing, Jaylen Ramsey is great to use the sideline as his, as a 12th defender on deep balls. Jamar Chase is really good at creating separation in the final 3 yards of his route with subtle moves. So that's going to be kind of like a strength on strength to see who can really, assert their dominance. We saw Mike Evans get loose on a deep ball, Tom Brady's last touchdown. And that's something that Jamar Chase can really do as well. Those subtle things in a route to get that final separation to, really get the ball. So
just like the Fools, shout out to the Fools. They've been saying, T. Higgins gonna have to step up. And we it seems like every big game we always say this. Like this should be a T. Higgins game, man. And like I said, he should be able to step up and do their thing because we've seen the Rams game plan. They had a lot of Ramsey on Mike Evans throughout the game for the Bucks, and they and all the corners, they were doubling the other corners and trying to focus on the other corners and letting them do his thing. And it took the Bucks a while to figure it out, and you know how that game went. But we seen their defensive game plan before when it came to a wide receiver. So now let's go to my keys to the game. Now, y'all handled Max Crosby and Yannick Ngakoue. They're outside guys. So, the inside pressure was definitely giving y'all a pressure. Now, y'all went against Jeffrey Simmons, all pro, Pro Bowler, great guy.
But
you went against Chris Jones, all pro Bowler, great guy.
But
this Aaron Donald, bro.
Exactly.
You remember when you used to play Mortal Kombat?
Mm-hmm.
You used to beat one dude, and you go up, and you beat another dude, and then you go up. This Goro.
Oh yeah.
This Goro now.
This is definitely Goro.
I don't know what game plan y'all will have for Aaron Donald. We've seen Aaron Donald wreck a game by himself before, but now that he's really not by himself on this D line, can you really hone in and focus on stopping Aaron Donald when you still got Von Miller coming off the edge, still got, I think, Leonard Floyd, Michael Brockers, and all of them? Like, it's like,
Sean Robinson, you got some guys up the middle. You got
what y'all gonna do?
So I think early, what you will see is a lot of Joe Mixon in the passing game. Just quick, get the ball in the playmaker's hands, and also see if you can get some mismatches with Tyler Boyd over the middle as well. Get the ball out quick to really create those things where it's just like, okay, we're not getting to him. And then, because to me, I don't want to get too deep into it, but to me, Joe Mixon,
get deep. Pause.
Joe Mixon is going to be the key to this game.
Okay.
Because Troy Reader is a liability in pass coverage.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's him versus Joe Mixon, Joe Mixon better get 10 touches, like in the pass game, because he can eat him alive. And so, to me, that short passing game is going to open up your intermediate passing game. And then, to me, if you can get those things going, you can get your run game going. And to me, that's where I think we can really, really not expose them, but hold their defensive line a little bit at bay, as if Joe Mixon can get going in the running game. If he can get going in the running game and he can, get 4 yards of carry, I don't care how many touches he get. But if he can start getting 4 yards of carry and they have to start and he can run it up the middle right at Aaron Donald or right next to him, then to me, I think we really got a good chance. But outside of Aaron Donald, I mean, wherever Aaron Donald go, you gotta get you getting two on him.
Mm-hmm.
Two on him. When it comes to Floyd and Von Miller, I need chips. I need backs coming out the backfield, trying to knock them off and stuff like that. And what I will say is with Tennessee, like I said, they were running a lot of exotic stunts, and that was confusing. The Rams don't necessarily do that. They may have seen some film and start trying to implement that, but that's not their game plan. So I think we have I'm not gonna say we have a better shot, but I think the communication won't be as big of an issue because trying to pass off guys and stuff like that, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. So how confident really are you in getting this victory?
Oh, I'm very confident. I think we can pull it out. I'm not just about to be like, oh yeah, it's in the bag, but because I haven't said that about any of the games this postseason.
Yeah.
But I do believe we definitely have a shot, and regardless of what you've seen from the Rams this season, you can't discount what we've done either.
Y'all here for a reason.
Exactly, and just as much as we're talking about the pressure that will get to Joe Burrow, we can't forget also that Matthew Stafford, he will give the ball away too. Just like I said about Ryan Tannehill, he may not. Like I said, I don't expect him to throw 3, but he will give you the opportunity, and you got to capitalize. And we've seen, hey, this defense can capitalize if you give us an opportunity. And so he's been really, really clean with the ball in the postseason, but he also has some drops too. Like he only has one. I think he only has one interception in the postseason. But that duck to Jaquiski Tart, that was one that could have gone another way. And he had a couple others that he just got lucky. They got tipped in the air, hit the ground, and stuff like that. So
before we give our score prediction, I want to flip side because I'm just been obviously biased. But for the Rams' perspective, what's the game plan for Cooper Kupp? Because if you got the game plan for Cooper Kupp, because funny, it's this meme going around that it's a damn shame what Cooper Kupp about to do to Eli Manning in Black History Month. I mean Eli Apple in Black History Month. Now it's funny as hell, but I don't think he's gonna be the one that's checking him. But it's still funny.
Yeah, and so what's gonna happen is you're gonna get a lot of linebacker underneath, like on the inside, and you're gonna have either someone like Mike Hilton covering them with a linebacker help or safety help, and you'll have a lot of disguises. And so kind of like what we saw, like I'm hoping what we saw in the second half of the Chiefs game, where with Travis Kelce, you had somebody like knocking him off of his route underneath and then feed him to the coverage, and you still have someone else shading them and kind of bracketing him as well. So I think that's possible but they like to move him around a lot. He can do a lot of things, but you'll definitely see that when he goes to the slot. If he's on the outside, most likely, we don't want Mike Hilton covering him. But if Mike Hilton covers him, he's definitely going to have tons of help. So like I said, he'll have linebacker shading on the inside to cut those drag routes, which Cooper Kupp really likes to do. He likes to take those drag routes across the field. But if he's on the outside, it's going to be Cheeto. It's going to be Cheeto guarding him. Yeah. And say what you want, Cheeto has done really well in coverage. He got beat deep against the Chiefs once, but just overall, he's done really good, and I trust him going up against number one receivers. And to be quite honest, I don't care what we do. Cooper Kupp is going to get eight catches.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you get your playmakers. That's what you mean.
At minimum, he's going to get 8 catches. He might get, but I'd much rather 10 for 84 yards versus 10 for 156.
Yeah, it's a difference. Like I said, that's definitely a total difference. So, but like the Force is here. I was going to ask. I mean, y'all definitely gonna have a important,
of course,
emphasis on Kupp. But what y'all gonna do with Odell? Because Odell is looking like Odell again.
Oh, absolutely. And this is the one. Yes, Eli Apple will be covering him.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, it's not like I said, it's like I said about the draft. It's not just one round. This just ain't one versus one.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be playing some zone. Eli Apple will have some help. We're gonna try and do some things to trick Matthew Stafford and to get him to think that things are open, and they're not. And I know a lot of y'all know the name Eli Apple and some of the stuff that has come along with Eli Apple in the past and how he's been, quote unquote trash. And he has been trash in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Eli Apple has actually been really, really solid this year. And for him to be coming in as a number 2 cornerback, I can't ask for any more than what he's doing. Yes, you're going up against Odell Beckham. You're going against Odell Beckham. Like, that's it. I can't do anything for you there. And Odell has been looking good. And like I said before, I was one of the people that said, hey, it's Baker. Odell is still Odell. And those routes are still Odell's routes. But luckily, Eli Apple ain't got to do it by himself. And he's comfortable. He's in a system that is bringing out the things that he do best. And once again, Odell is going to win. Odell is going to win. He's going to win some of those routes. But I don't think he's just going to go for 12 and 175 against Eli Apple. I think it's going to be a modest game, but it's going to come down to 1 or 2 plays, and Eli Apple's got to come out on top.
All right, so give me your score prediction, or you want me to go first?
I don't have a score prediction.
All right, well, I got a score prediction. I'm going, how I normally do. I'm definitely going to pick against y'all, and it's been working for you in your favor.
Yeah.
So I definitely got the Rams here. This is the moment that they they went for it. Like I said, they they sold out, they sold the future. They, for this moment, they went for it. They went for the gusto. Super Bowl or bust was definitely the goal here. They're in the Super Bowl. They have to finish the job. I feel that they didn't come all the way here to fumble at this point. Let me say that. Like I said, Aaron Donald's definitely he may wreck this game, and it may not even have to be a whole lot of Cooper Kupp or Odell's. I'm definitely go with the score 31-27.
Okay. And as far as my breakdown, I believe, like you said, you feel like the Rams haven't come this far to fumble now. But to be quite honest, I also don't think that the Bengals are just here to, be participants. So as much as, the Rams put in the work to get here, I think the Bengals put in some work to get here, regardless of what anyone else thought. They have the belief that they can win this game as well. And yes, they're young, but also I think Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, Jesse Bates, Tyler Boyd, the leaders of that team, they're not just coming here to just be participants. They fully believe that they can win this game. Like they've told you all year, right? Like, especially as the playoffs have gone by, it's like we're not underdogs. We're a really good team. And yeah, you're asking me about, what's OBJ gonna, turn Eli Apple to applesauce? Name me the people that's about to be guarding Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins. Yeah. Name them to me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I know all those funny things are cute, but they got their hands full too. They got a match. Like they just can't roll their defense out there and just consider it. Oh, we got this defensive line and we can do it. Like nah, like y'all got to match us too. Mm-hmm. And there's some weaknesses on y'all defense too.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some weaknesses on y'all offensive line too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but at the end of the day, look, man, it's gonna be a game.
There you go.
So
where you watching the game at?
I know you want to see a crying Bengals lady, but that's cool. But go ahead and tell me where Juju at.
Finish the rest of it, bro. He said I think it's going to be an upset, bro. Like, don't just go at him. Like, come on, man.
No, because I know what he wants. I know how he want to do it, but to me, I don't. When we win, it's not going to be an upset to me.
Okay.
Because we supposed to be here. It ain't like we just got here by some luck. We beat the people on our schedule. We did what we had to do.
There you go.
And now we here. So
thing is, like I said, I think Aaron Donald You know, I think he really wants. I think he wants this on his resume. You know, I know for a fact Jaylen Ramsey wants this on his resume. They're gonna come out and play it.
Joe Burrow wanted it on his resume.
You know, it's gonna be a good game. I think this ain't this damn show ain't the game that the people wanted at first. Of blah blah blah. Because I don't watch none of that mainstream stuff anyway. Because that's it with it. But I definitely don't see the coverage that a normal Super Bowl has normally gotten. You know, it's kind of been like under the radar. A lot of stuff been taking a lot of the headlines. Like,
of course, but remember, I've said this since the beginning of the season. Well, not beginning of the season, but early on in the season, the NFL has dropped the ball on that. Because remember, like I said before, when you could have flexed a Bengals Chargers game into prime time. You could have flexed some of these premier games to show, one of your like the Bengals Chiefs game that should have been flexed into prime time.
Yeah,
because you have what people are considering one of the next class. You could have featured Joe Burrow. You could have had all these, highlights of Joe Burrow to run now leading up to the Super Bowl. And guess what? You didn't. And so now, okay, now we're going to force you. And if you don't want to talk about us, that's fine. But we're going to be here.
I also don't think that the way the schedule came out this year, the NBA didn't do just any favors. Like I said, we got the trade deadline, and like I said, I know we don't have any exciting trades that happened so far, but most of the rumors like takes over with the NBA trade deadline, and that's tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Is it?
Yeah, Thursday. Yeah.
So, that's taking a lot of coverage. But like I said, I could be wrong. I don't watch a lot of the mainstream stuff. So like I said, I went to the game the other day. I know it's plastered all over in the NFL Network. I'm seeing the report, the interviews and all that. But like I said, I don't feel the justice in the just due of the Super Bowl that it normally gets from everybody else. But I mean, like I said, it is what it is. Once y'all win,
here's my thing. It don't bother me none if we haven't been getting coverage, at all anyway. And like I said before, they talk about the Rams and will this be a must win for Matthew Stafford? Is this a win that could put Matthew Stafford in the Hall of Fame? Can Sean McVay finally get over the hump and redeem himself after his last Super Bowl visit? That's cool with me. Go ahead, talk all about him. We just gonna be able to come out. We're gonna play, and that's it. Because, like you said, who knows? They might be more uptight than we are because
the pressure's on them.
They Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah, the pressure is definitely on them.
And some people will say they're not necessarily Super Bowl or bust because Matt Stafford went back, and they have their pieces coming, like their main pieces coming back, but this ain't guaranteed. So
Super Bowl or bust.
Exactly. So to me, you Super Bowl or bust. I know, like you said, Aaron Donald, Jaylen Ramsey, they want this for their resume. Y'all not the only ones who want to win a Super Bowl. It's like when people walk out on the field, when people go to training camp, that be their goal.
Mm-hmm.
To win a Super Bowl. When you go to the NFL, that be your goal. I want to win a Super Bowl. So, hey, you're not the only ones that want it. Like I said, bro, like you ain't the only one that be hungry. Everybody got to eat.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up. We got to wrap it up, y'all. But one of the I think Mark, fourth man, he said something about what do we think about the Bradley Beal situation. It's the same. Bradley Beal situation is halfway like the Dame situation.
Bro, you couldn't think of him.
But I mean, he's a free agent next year. He opted to have season-ending surgery on his wrist, so his season is over. And like he's a free agent next year, so we'll see what he decides to do. If he decides to stay or he decides to move on to a different team, I think he's earned that right to free himself if he makes that choice.
If you don't want me, then don't talk to me.
I got Big Cannon. He wanted to talk about the Pro Bowl.
Hey, NFL, Pro Bowl, trash.
Big trash.
Big trash.
I mean, at the end of the day, they really should just stop the game.
It should be a little 7-on-7 tournament. You pick captains or something.
Nah, I mean they should just add more skills challenges. Like They should just drag the skills challenge weekend out and just have that, acknowledge the Pro Bowlers, let the Pro Bowlers have fun. But the actual game,
And bro,
just stop playing. Just stop playing the game. It's a new day and age.
And you know what else they should do? Take it, like, send it back to Hawaii, put it somewhere tropical, and make it like, hey, y'all actually get a vacation or something, bro. Anybody like, bro? We go to Vegas like during the week when we on a bye week. Let's put it in Cabo. Do some, like, make it some sort of incentive where it's like, okay, like, I at least get to travel. I get a free vacation. I can take my family. Like, this is my first time chilling with my family since the season ended. Stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Where like you can incentivize it, because the game's still gonna be shitty. Because what, like, bro, anybody should, like, you can't play boxing and you can't play football. So I'm either gonna go out here and play, or I'm gonna do what I can to not get hurt.
Yeah, it's just like you said. It's just like you said. Make it a flag football game. Like, you know what I'm saying,
bro? Like 7-on-7 flag football. Just make it do more skills challenges.
Or matter of fact, you know what? Or make it like take the pads off. Take the pads off. Make it a glorified walkthrough. Like, and then on top of that, I think we would actually, as fans, know for a fact that they really not playing. Like, for some reason, because out of everybody's all upset that they're not really taking it serious. I'm confused about that. But let's just dumb it down. Let's take the pads off, and they out there and just uniform like a walkthrough, a glorified walkthrough, and wrap it up like practice. So it's like, now we know for a fact that they really not gonna go compete.
Make it fun. Make offensive lineman all-time QB, or wide receiver, offensive lineman versus defensive lineman on a go route. Some shit like that. Some shit to make it fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, something, but this ain't.
NFL in Vegas has shown it's not working at all. Who had a problem with that one?
That sounds familiar. Feel like from the beginning, from its inception, I said NFL in Vegas, man, this is a bad idea.
Now, this is funny. I like the idea of the bottom two teams playing and the winner getting number one spot. Now, why would I play hard? That's my thing. If I'm on the team, if I'm coaching the team, and I have a chance to, if me losing, what is it? Oh, the winner gets the number one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I read it wrong. I'm sorry. Okay.
But to me, I just don't see how that's gonna work, because how you gonna get that in the schedule? I understand, you can, Pro Bowl and stuff like that. But to me, it's just like, that's a little too much. And to me, what you do like the NBA, bottom three is a lottery, bottom five is a lottery, or something like that.
I mean, I like the way I like the way the draft order is set up.
Me too. I don't have an issue with the draft order in the NFL, because to me, NFL is not like basketball, where if you find one good player can really change. You still got to have some other pieces. You can have a good player, but like, you got to put some other shit around him. Like Joe Burrow last year, yeah, the team looked better because he was better at quarterback, but that team last year wouldn't be what this team is this year, because guess what? Some other things had to fall in place. So
I can actually get a all pro at pick 30, and instead of a role player that might be out the league,
Exactly.
But after rereading it, I'm not opposed of that idea. They would have to figure out the logistics of that and figure that out.
The best way to stop teams from tanking, Eric, is to stop hiring black coaches.
You can catch us on all major podcast platforms, 3Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3Man Weave _. You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. Shouts out to the fours. Y'all was here in the building today. I appreciate y'all. And we out.